We've got some strobe lights out here, so there's another aircraft flying around. Alright, so we're gonna... oh, sorry. Just like a kid in a candy store then. Hey guys, Shane here, Oz Flight Simmer. Welcome to another Microsoft Flight Simulator video. This one's going to be a little bit different from the other Microsoft Flight Simulator videos you've seen over a couple of weeks. Normally we're showing off and showcasing different features of the sim, but today we're going to do a flight. I've been asked to request to do a lot of flights of a lot of different areas, and I've left them to last. So the first flight we're going to do today is a city orbit around Melbourne. So we're over at Moorabbin today, and there's a couple of reasons why I've chosen to do this flight first. And the first one is because my fellow Australians down in Victoria are doing it tough, like a lot of other people in the world, on their lockdown. So being an Aussie, I thought I would make this video, and at least it might provide a few minutes of entertainment, and hopefully you guys that are wanting the sim down at Victoria will be able to pick it up soon, and you'll be able to do the same thing. The second one is there is a YouTuber down there called Stefan Drury, who I actually watch his videos. He does real life aviation videos, and he did do a orbit flight around the city on his last video, Lockdown. So I'll leave a link in the description of that video, and you should check it out and spam the comments and say hello from Oz Flight Simmer. So today's flight is, there's no procedures really, we're just going to mess around, and we're just going to do a city orbit, and the focus is just to show you guys some of the scenery that would be available using a Microsoft Flight Simulator. And apologies, I can't get the panning right. I'm still getting used to the cameras of the sim here, and I'm using an Xbox controller to do that. So, but we've been saying that we're going to jump into the Diamond DA40 and jump into the cockpit and take it for a spin. This airport, I must admit, it is all default. So, and it's a pretty good default airport. We actually have a look. There we've got some GA planes down there. We've got a lot of hangars. So, yeah, it's not bad. We do have a couple of things like lights, runway lights just sticking up everywhere, but I've really only seen that at this airport for whatever reason. But we're going to jump into the start. First thing I need to do is fix the cameras, because the cameras are playing up because I've changed them around too much. That back to 50. Normally I have these popped out on another screen, which we'll probably do. We'll pop them back out and leave them over there. We're not going to use any ATC or any of that sort of stuff. We're just basically going to mess around and conduct a flight and look at the scenery. So first things first, we're going to put on masters. For that warning there. Then what we're going to do is going to put on the beacon. We're going to put on the nav. Start her up. Put the throttle down just to a smidgen, and put the engine start on. Fuel pumps can go on. Then actually put this up so you guys can see the props. There we go. Probably find the engine noises are a bit soft because I had to turn them down quite a lot to do this recording. Still getting the sound quality correct for the sim. There we go. T's and P's are starting to come up. So we're going to turn our taxi lights on. Avionics switches can go on. Pitot heat can go on there. We're going to put our flaps down to take off. Do that right here. We'll have a look, see if they've gone down. Do the right thing. Pop them all down, make sure they go down. Pop it up to take off. No. I'll get there eventually. And looks like we've got some traffic around. We've got Victor Hotel, Kilo Uniform. And we've got another one over here. Who's this? Victor, was that another Victor Hotel? Oscar X-Ray Papa, he's just taking off. We can zoom in on him. Oh. There we go. Like some sort of what that is. And this guy's just taxiing around somewhere down here. Oh, there, he's got his beacon on. Maybe he just landed. But that was Victor Hotel Kilo Uniform Romeo. So we do have live traffic turned on. We've got AI on. So if we've got any people flying around in the sim, we should be able to see them and also what it's picking up as well. So we'll see how we go. Now this is not the real weather that's in Melbourne today, because the real weather in Melbourne is very overcast and we wouldn't see much, but we're going to play around with the weather. So we just got it on scattered clouds, I believe, for this flight. But anyways, what we're going to do, going to drop RPMs down, we'll release the brake. If you think the sounds are funny, it's because I got the engine noise turned all the way down. I probably forgot to turn some of the other things down as well. To get these settings correct. But we've got a lot of GA aircraft parked. Pretty much a full house. And we've got a runway light here. I don't know why there's a few runway lights like this at this particular airport. We've got this guy up here. Does not want to get out of the road. Oh, we're going to clip our wing straight in, and there's no way I could have turned around then. I could have. Been lazy. Got a bunch of fuel truck. There's the fuel area there. We could have gone and got fuel. Trucks there. More aircraft. Very, very busy place. And we've got a Cessna touring out there. What's he doing all the way out there? Because the other guy took off 34 left. Oh, he's probably... Okay. Looks like he just landed. Keep going. He's making his way off the runway. So we're going to taxi down to 34 left, 35 left I think it is. Another fuel farm there. 35 left, yeah. And as we can see as we turn around taxiing down, look at those trees. They would have to be about, I don't know, 150 feet. So that's one of the problems I'm finding in Australia, is that trees are really, really high. So you get certain trees that are actually the right height, but then you get some like this, are super high. And I don't know why. Obviously they've addressed it before, and they'll need to fix it, because they're the biggest gum trees I've ever seen in my life. The other vegetation, such as the grass, like turn to the left, you can see the grass. Looks very, very nice. We're actually going a lot quicker than a running pace. Look how big those trees are. So when we take off here, it's the same as my local. I've got to get over 150 feet in the air to get over the trees, which I don't think is quite right. Just taxi down supplies. This thing, the Diamond DA40, you apply the brakes, it takes a while to stop, but once it stops really sharply. Stop at the holding point here. Oh, that very badly. Okay, so taxi lights can go off. Landing lights go on. Strobes can go on. And here, which we probably should have turned this on before. Transponder code, we'll put that to Alt. So parking brakes off. As we enter the runway. So it has good ground effects. Not like ground effect as you take off, but just the ground effects in this sim are really, really good compared to other sims. Like P3D was like a brick, and X-Plane, you just swerve all over the runway. So this one's Microsoft Flight Simulator's got this pretty good. We've just done the worst line up there, but that's alright. Where's the heading on this one? Alright, so we'll line that there. 3. That'll do. That will do. Make your barrow is good. So we've done that. Okay, we're ready to go. Speed's alive. There's 50. 60 will start to rotate. There we go. Need to trim. I don't know what the takeoff trim of this aircraft is, or where the actual trim modelled on the screens. Gonna get over these trees. So as you can see, we're 200 feet, 300 feet, and we're still trying to get over the top of them. Like we've got a few people. We've got Mikey's around, Seb's around. I'd say those two are flying over to Tullamarine, Melbourne Airport. So flaps should have definitely gone up a little while ago. And we're at 500. Go 500, so we're going to clear to the right, centre, make a turn, turn about 260, going up to, we'll get about 1,500 feet, and then we're going to fly over the beach. So there's Moorabbin behind us. See what these guys... So Seb's coming in to land, I'd say, into Tullamarine, and Mikey's just sitting there. I have no idea who they are. We'll have a look over to the left. There. As you can see, it's got some cricket grounds over here. Melbourne's absolutely full of cricket grounds and football ovals. So today's flight, the plan is, so we're going to go over the beach. We'll fly down to St Kilda. We'll go to Albert Park. We'll do a lap around Albert Park. Then we'll do a bit of a city orbit. Then what we might do then, as we reach 1500, go push the nose down, speeding up. Now I'm going to pull back on the throttle because we're sped up a little bit. Got to trim a lot in the diamond. You can probably hear in the background there. So, and then we might change the time and do some... I haven't checked out the night lighting really in Microsoft Flight Simulator. It looks like we've got an aircraft. This is probably a good example to show you. So we've got an aircraft all the way out here because we can see the nav lights there. So when you've got an aircraft that far away, you can see it, but you can't actually have the tiles on it to see who they are. But as they get closer, then it will switch them on, because there's no point. They're not going to restrict my flight, or I'm not going to get in their way at all. So they're not really a factor at this stage. When they get closer, it will put the title up there. Ted was actually taking off, so he's at 13,000 feet now. Snuck up to 1600, but that's alright. So we're going to make a right hand turn here and fly along the beach watermark, and then I'll let you guys have a look at a bit of the ground textures. You can see, especially the trees, you can see it loading in. But it's VFR, you could definitely find your own house. And this is all default scenery. It's even got pool. Someone's got a pool there. Pool there. Roundabouts. Making sure going down too far. Because they're not using your autopilot, just like in the real plane. You've got to keep an eye on what's going on, because I tell you what, I did my first nav lesson today, and when you're taking your eyes off navigating, you can quite easily lose track. So, and it's the same in the sim, just as it is in real life, so you shouldn't be pitching down so much. As we can see, Melbourne's starting to come into the forefront there. Bit of a look at the other side here. That's probably a good thing with the clouds, so you can see when there's no clouds there. We're in shadow here because we're obviously overhead some clouds there, but there's a gap there, so then which is really cool. See it quite sunny there. I think that's some sort of racetrack from memory over there. I did used to live down this way many years ago, so I know a little bit. It's been a long time. Go on. So there. So now we've got his nameplate there. So Alpha Mike 316 is flying out. So as he's getting closer, so there's a bit of traffic around coming up to Albert Park there. So we're going to do a lap around Albert Park. He's absolutely moving. And Mikey's actually taken off. Mikey James. Look at the glare from the sun. Bit in the sunset now, so traffic there on the left hand side, which is the right side. I believe it's the traffic goes on the correct side to what country you're in, I believe. So there's Albert Park there and the lake. So this is the Formula 1 track that we nearly had the Grand Prix, but then it got cancelled. The first Grand Prix of the season got cancelled due to coronavirus. Which is probably a good thing. Obviously a lot of people were disappointed. How good does the forefront or the background there of Melbourne look? with those sunset or sun effects. So we're going to do a bit of a lap around. Now we're dropped, we're down to 1,000 feet, but that's alright. There's Mikey James taking off. Looks like a airliner there. Put some more throttle in since we're doing a tighter turn. There we go. Even got the soccer ground. That's at the Albert Park as well. Those trees again, they look a bit too high, don't they? Like the trees in the suburbs there, they look fine, but trees around Albert Park, they look a bit too big. That's the straight there. And you can actually drive around Albert Park when the Grand Prix is not on. It's a road circuit there, so it's only a Grand Prix circuit, you know, 4 or 5 days out of the year. So there's Mikey, probably off his way to Sydney. And we'll make our way around. What we're going to do, we're going to gain some altitude. City tour. And there is the city of Melbourne. Actually, looks like that's the MCG, which is one of the largest cricket grounds in the world. Take a look at that. And this is all default scenery, so nothing's been really touched up here as far as I know. This is just all artificial intelligence that's basically popped this in there. So that should be the Yarra River, and it should be brown. Yeah, so it's brown. So it's brown in real life. It's Brown River. And that's the MCG. So it looks like the MCG, they've depicted it as just buildings in a round circle. But you got to remember, this is default, so when you get a company like Orbex, they're going to have a field day with this, putting their city scenes in here. And I would love to see the MCG that's made for P3D to be implemented in this sim by Orbex. That'd be great. But yeah, so it's all default, and to have a sim that has default quality like this, then we've got all the buildings of Melbourne. I don't know what they are anymore. It's been too long. Looks like we've got this one here. It's been swallowed by another building. But for some of you guys that do live in Melbourne, you'd have to let me know in the comments how true to life this is. There should be another stadium. I'm not sure what the name is it now, but it used to be the Dockland Stadium, so another Australian football stadium. Be a bunch of big train tracks here that go into Flinders Street Station from memory. But then, you know, so we're looking from the other side where the sun is. So before all the buildings had shadows on them, now the other side, they're very bright. What we might do is, I think we are, alright, we'll make a right hand turn and we'll loop back. We might just change the time of the weather. And the cool thing is you can just do this in real time too. So we'll change the weather. There we go. Lights on here. Oh, look at the glow. So 512. Hello. Hello, Microsoft Flight Simulator. Look at that. We've got some strobe lights out here, so there's another aircraft flying around. Alright, so we're gonna... oh, sorry. Just like a kid in a candy store then. Make another turn. We'll loop back. Actually, can I do... I can. Put the instrument lights up. Looks like the frames have probably dropped a little bit. Like, I don't have the best PC. My PC's 3 years old. We're actually getting an upgrade, waiting for the new graphics cards to come out. But it's still pretty smooth. I'd say it's dropped a few frames since the night lighting went on, but I didn't think that that was meant to drop any frames. But to me, from eyeballing, it does look like it. They got some more lights over there in the distance. There's a few aircraft flying around. City centre in there. Mikey up to 16,000 feet. He's probably doing the milk run. You don't know why he'd be flying that way for, but I'm going to say he's probably doing the milk run to Sydney, but he's sort of doing that the long way if he is. See the stars in the air. Sorry, stars in the sky. We've got another one over here. So everything's happening. Imagine what it's going to be when it's going to be a busy day. And all the windows apparently got their own light globes. So basically each light is its own room with a light globe, is how they've modelled it. So it's all individual. Yeah, it does look like a little bit of loss in frames. Keep forgetting to put the FPS counter on. I think we just flew over the exhibition centre. Been there a couple of times. The place is massive. Fuel, so we need to transfer some fuel. I think this aircraft just feeds from one side. Got to transfer it over. But I like seeing the aircraft flying around the way that they've modelled it. That's really cool. And they're using different coloured lights too. You got green lights, so it looks like you got traffic lights there, so there's just to their left of us, so there's a green light there and there's a red light there, so maybe it's traffic lights as well. But that's modelled very, very well. You can see all the street lights there. I've never flown a GA aircraft at night, so I don't know what it looks like. But if you have, please leave a comment below and let us know how realistic do you think this is. So what we might do now, we're going to make our way back to Moorabbin Airport. But I think what we'll do, I'll turn it back to daylight, turn the dusk off, even as beautiful as this is. And then what we might do is we might put some, perhaps some rain showers on. See. We'll keep continuing to loop around. But this is like one of how many cities in the world that look like this? Absolutely phenomenal. Alright. What we'll do... 2,200. We keep climbing. Because I'm not watching what I'm doing. I'm going to turn that back to... 2 o'clock seems pretty bright. Then... rain. Can't see anything. That layers up a little bit. Gonna cheat. What's that look like? No, we'll see if we can bring some more rain in. There we go. So I can hear some rain. And we looks like, so you can see some rain showers. So the rain shower here. See some more, some rain showers there. We've got some sun shining through here. Well, big rain shower over here. Oh, that could be sun. But we might go through some rain showers here. We'll see. And Mikey's now at 20, going on 26,000 feet. But if we went live, we might do. We'll see. What live? How's Melbourne looking right at the moment? Okay, Melbourne's looking good. No, here we go. It's overcast, alright. So that's what Melbourne's looking like today. So very, very overcast. That's... oh, looks like we've got storms perhaps coming in. But we might turn the weather back to rain. Up a little bit more, see if we get some rain showers in. We got a big rain shower there. Show you what rain looks like. Absolutely bucketing down over there. So if you have any comments and questions or recommend any places to fly, like I've had a lot of requests and I do apologize. Normally I go through and answer every comment of a video, but been really busy trying to make content so you guys can see. I haven't been able to keep up with the comments in any of the socials, Discord or Instagram, or in YouTube itself, so I do apologize for that. But if you do have any recommendations, I've already got a couple other videos that will come out. They will be over the weekend, but we are now just doing some flying videos. We might do some dangerous landing ones. Might go back and actually have a look at some of the dangerous landing content that we used to make on the channel. And we may go revisit some of those. see how they look in Microsoft Flight Simulator. You know, some dangerous landings where other people haven't gone to. Maybe some off the beaten track ones or something like that. So where Victor Hotel Oscar is, assuming he's sitting down. I don't know what he's doing down there, because I'm not sure if that's Moorabbin or not. Getting a bit of rain, precipitation, as probably because we're on the edge. There's Moorabbin there. Like we just dodged this rain shower here. Mikey's now up to nearly cruising. Get a bit of rain here. Yep. Alright, so we're going to make our way in to 34, so just be there. Make sure we give ourselves plenty of time. We'll slow down. I have no idea what the approach speeds of this aircraft, but see how we go. Obviously it's not at 100. There's flap speeds at 25, so we'll drop takeoff flaps. We'll make a turn. Trim. Set landing flaps. Oh, and we're overshoot. We've overshot the runway. Of course we did. So we're not stalling the wing. Don't do a Harrison Ford and land on the taxiway so that it's the runway on the left, taxiway's in the middle. Got 35 right there, so 35 right's the one that's lit up. We probably should be landing on that one, but we're not going to, because we're going to be lazy. Little beep noise that you're saying you can hear is that's Microsoft letting you know, because it's logging the flight, so it knows when you're lined up. Crosswind. So we're doing 80. We're going a bit quick. I think we should be doing a bit of turbulence though. Quite normal. Bouncing around a little bit like this on a afternoon's day. Beat just keeps popping up like pretty high. Got a lot of speed. They're not a really good approach at all. Base threshold, so we're going to aim for the take off a lot of speed. Balloon there. Nose. There we go. So we held the nose better than my landings today. Still not a great landing that was. Exit the runway here. And we'll pass the holding point. Pop the anchors on there. So we'll turn the fuel pumps off. And taxi light can go on. Landing light can go off. And standby. And we'll find a place to park. Might just go over to the left of us here, instead of taxiing all the way back. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. It was a little bit different, so a bit more like a stream really. So normally we stream on Wednesday nights. We will again when Microsoft Flight Simulator allows us to stream. But this was a bit of a full flight and I was just commentary as we're flying, so a little bit different. So if you like this type of video and you want to see more over the next few days, it's quite easy for me to do this sort of stuff. Please let us know in the comments of this one and we can have a topic of conversation for each flight. Whoa! That was close. Have a topic of conversation for each flight and we can showcase the city or something like that. So we're going to pull up beside. That'll do. It's a bit rough. The brakes are on. There we go, just quickly shut off everything. Really, really rough. There we go. So hopefully you enjoyed the flight. Like I said, it was something different. If you liked the video, please hit that blue thumbs up as it really helps out the video. And if you want to see Microsoft Flight Simulator content each day and content weekly and stay up with the insights and the development and the news, you're too lazy to troll the internet to find it in any other way, hit that subscribe button for our weekly news videos, and also we'll be bringing test drives back, so we'll be showcasing different products that will be launching in the sim, so looking forward to doing that. I will leave a link in the description below for Stefan Drury's YouTube channel. Why don't you check out that video that I put in there and spam the comments and say hello from Oz Flight Simmer, that would be great. And to my fellow Victorians, you'll get there and you'll be back out in no time, so we're thinking all of you. So we've been saying that. Thank you very much for watching. Like I said, I'll see you on another video. Take care and we'll see you soon.